Are you out there creating content, maybe even posting every single day, but just not getting the results you want? If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you are in exactly the right place. We are about to break down the new content strategy playbook for 2026 because trust me, the rules for growing your brand have completely changed. This right here, this says it all. You know that feeling of posting into a void, just crossing your fingers and hoping something sticks? It's frustrating, right? Well, you're not alone. But here's the honest truth. That whole just post stuff approach, it's officially dead. It's time for a real strategy. Okay, so if the old way is broken, what is the new playbook? What actually works now? Well, that's exactly what we're here to unpack. We're going to walk through a clear, actionable framework that gives you the modern strategy for actually winning with your content. First things first, and this is probably the most critical part of this whole thing, strategy has to come before content. You have to build the foundation before you even think about hitting that record button. So many people skip this step, and honestly, it's the single biggest reason they never get the results they're looking for. Everything starts with being crystal clear on your niche. You need to ask yourself two simple questions. Who specifically am I serving, and what specific problem am I solving for them? So for example, Grovex doesn't just do marketing. They help businesses generate leads on social media. See how specific that is? You need that same laser focus. Once you know your niche, every piece of content you make has to deliver real value. And that value comes in three flavors. First, education. You're giving practical tips and guides. Second, authority. You're proving you know your stuff with case studies and real results. And third, engagement. You're starting conversations with questions and polls. It's that mix that really builds trust.
All right, so we've got our foundation set. Now let's get into the fun stuff, the 2026 content playbook. This is the how-to. We're talking about the specific formats and formulas that are absolutely dominating the game right now.
Let's not beat around the bush here. Short-form video is king, full stop. We're talking Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. This is where all the attention is. If you're not creating short-form video, you are already falling behind. Seriously, it's non-negotiable at this point. And you know what's great? The formula for a winning video is actually super simple. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, the hook. You've got to stop the scroll in the first 3 seconds. Step 2, the value. This is the core solution, the main idea you're sharing. And step 3, the call to action. You have to tell them exactly what to do next. Now, let's talk about AI, because this is where a lot of people are getting it wrong. The winning formula isn't just letting some AI create soulless, robotic content for you. No, it's about using AI for efficiency, to help with ideas, outlines, drafts, and then you come in and add the one thing it can't, your human authenticity, your stories, your personality, your voice. That's the stuff that actually connects with people. But look, creating amazing content is really only half the battle. The next, and maybe even more important step, is turning those passive followers into actual, true fans. This is where we move beyond just posting and start building a real brand and a real community. This quote right here says everything. The era of the anonymous, faceless corporate brand page, it's fading, fast. In 2026, connection is everything. People want to connect with other people. They trust individuals with their stories and their expertise way more than they'll ever trust a generic logo. This little chart just lays it all out, doesn't it? The old way, being faceless and corporate, makes growth incredibly hard. The new way, being authentic, relatable, being a real human, that's what builds the trust and connection that leads to a loyal audience. It means showing your face, using your voice. So how do you actually build that community? It's not magic, it's just consistent effort. It's simple stuff, really. Reply to your comments. Use the features the platforms give you, like polls and Q&As. Go live every now and then. And most importantly, just be consistent. Community is built one little interaction at a time. Okay, now for the part that ties it all together. Let's talk about turning all of this attention, all these views, into actual business results. Because at the end of the day, for most of us, our content has to drive the bottom line. It's time to talk about turning those views into conversions. This is a hard truth, but it is so, so important. A viral video that doesn't lead to a single sale or a new subscriber, it's just a vanity metric. It feels good, sure, but it doesn't pay the bills. The goal isn't just to be seen. The goal is to drive action. So how do you drive that action? It's simple. Every single piece of content you make needs a call to action. You have to explicitly tell your audience what you want them to do next. Whether that's DM me this word for help or go get your free audit, the rule is simple. Never, ever leave them guessing what the next step is. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds like a ton of work. And it can be if you don't work smart. This is the beauty of repurposing your content. You start with one big core piece of content, like a long video or a blog post, and then you slice it and dice it into tons of smaller assets. You can get short clips, quote graphics, tweets. It's the ultimate hack. One effort, maximum output.
So when you boil it all down, what's the mindset of a content winner in 2026? It really just comes down to these three things. 1, they are relentlessly consistent. 2, they are obsessed with providing real, tangible value. And 3, they are not afraid to show up and be their authentic selves.
And there you have it. That's the playbook. But just listening to this isn't enough. The most important part is moving from learning to doing. So I want you to think about it. Out of everything we just covered, which one strategy are you going to implement first? Your answer to that question? Well, that's the first page in your new playbook.